Yung minimum bid kay kay Junmar, yung trophy ni Junmar.
May someone battling Boss Toyo for it?
Pagpasok ko parang wala Parang last na si Boss Toyo na yung last bid So bukang kay Boss Toyo siya for 75,000. Tapos si Yeng, si Cheryl Cosim, yung kanyang watch, Apple Watch, I think 7,000 last bid.
Oh, that's a good deal.
So,
binenta ni Andre, sapatos lang, pati medyas.
Ano ba?
Pareho.
Pati medyas.
Pero ano
Brand new, Bok. Brand new yun.
Brand new yung medyas kasi. Para at least fresh.
Parang na-bother si
Bok.
Bok na.
Bok, 3 pairs yun. Bago yun. Brand new yun.
Yes.
Kasama sa package ng sapatos yun, Bok.
Running socks.
Okay.
Premium naman.
Okay.
Bok is not convinced.
Bok, ano bang ano mo? Bok, ikaw, ano yung mind for a cause natin?
Bibili ako? Ba't ako bibili?
Hindi, ano yung sa'yo? Ano yung sa'yo?
Ay, dalawang flight helmet saka isang rugged laptop.
Wow!
Gusto nyo parang yung laptop ni Bok na kahit saan pwede mong kahit malaglagan siya ng...
Tapak-tapakan.
It's until 9 p.m., right?
Yes,
So,
hanggang
still
9
have 30
o'clock.
minutes.
So, pwede pa kayo umabol doon. Bok, gusto ko yung drone. Pwede ko ba i-mine yung drone mo?
Wala pa akong drone dun eh.
Wala ba? Personal mo lang pala yun.
Nasang live selling ka, Andre?
Gulat siya. Thank you once again, Boked, Pauline and Sean. The big story on a Friday night. Again, tulong mga kapatid, abangan nyo po na nagla-live sila ngayon. But on our show, okay, let's move to sports. We've got results from 3 games, just 3 games in the NBA, medyo matumal today, plus a doubleheader in the PBA Philippine Cup.
And we've also got updates on Gilas Filipinas, including the latest on naturalized star Justin Brownlee.
I'm Andre Felix.
And I'm Cheska Calao.
And here's tonight's play-by-play.
Ramiro, the show by Mamoy Lee, Victor Moves puts it on. Unbelievable. Gemma on the left side. Oh, the pass! Stuffing another one. Bacunas rejecting Estevo for the
As I mentioned earlier, only 3 NBA games today, including a battle between the Atlanta Hawks and the Utah Jazz. Let's start there. The Hawks prevailed here, 132-122, behind career nights from Jalen Johnson and Onyeka Okongwu. The Hawks hit 15 three-pointers in the first half alone to take an 80-67 lead at the break. Jazz, though, punched back in the third period, but Atlanta regained control in the payoff quarter. Capped off by a late 8-0 run. Johnson reached career highs in 4 statistical categories, which is 31 points, 18 rebounds, 14 assists, and 7 steals. Okongwu also recorded a personal best 31 markers, including 8 from deep, while grabbing 11 boards. Lauri Markkanen exploded for 40 as he tried to carry Utah in a losing cause. The Hawks hold a record of 8 victories against 5 setbacks. The Jazz, meanwhile, stumbled to 4 wins and 8 losses.
It was fun. It was chaotic, but this is the type of moments we live for. Close games. This is NBA basketball, man. My dog came up big time with them threes. It was just a hell of a game. Back to back. We needed this one. Doesn't matter. We all came ready to play, and that was huge.
Obviously, a bunch of heroes on a night when the schedule says you're supposed to lose, right? Pacific time zone, Mountain time zone, second night of a back-to-back. Where did you guys find the energy, the efficiency tonight to win this?
It's all mental. It's all mental. We're warriors. We're battle tested. We love playing basketball. We're having fun. Coaches drawing up, great things for us out there. So, kudos to the guys. It was a collective team effort tonight.
Jalen Johnson just put up a stat line they tell me has never been achieved before.
31, 18, and 14 and 7 steals, huh?
Never in NBA history has anybody achieved that stat line. What can you say about the player this guy is becoming?
He works so damn hard every day. He's putting the time into this thing. Love this guy. He deserves everything.
Meantime, the Phoenix Suns get their 5th straight victory by steamrolling the struggling and short-handed Indiana Pacers. The Suns showed no mercy and took the match by 35 points, 133-98. Phoenix applied tremendous pressure from the get-go, wearing out Indiana, who scored only 14 in the fourth quarter. Devin Booker top scored for the Suns with 33 points. Dylan Brooks also showed out, adding 32 markers. Andrew Nembhard had 21 points for the Pacers in a losing cause. The Suns are now 6-1 at home and have an overall record of 8 wins against 5 losses. The Pacers fall to a league-worst 1-11 slate.
Dylan, a new season high for you with 32 points, 12 of which came in the opening frame. How were you able to get it going so early?
I knew it was a back-to-back. I had the energy. I felt like guys didn't have the energy to begin with, so I wanted to set the tone. And, with my energy, guys feed off of it, and we're able to, stay in the game and, make a run.
You mentioned just setting the tone for your team. Things did get a little chippy out there. We know how competitive you are. How much were you kind of feeding off that a little bit?
That's what we do. That's what I do. I feed off it. I try to, get guys out of their skin and make them do stuff they don't want to do. And, that's my type of game. So I'm all for it. And, it feeds into our game.
The bench provided a huge lift for you guys tonight, but I want to focus in on Oso.
That's another energy guy right there, man. It was a good game for us, 5 in a row. We're improving every single day and more tests to come.
From one streaking team to another, the Toronto Raptors take down the Cleveland Cavaliers. It was a back-and-forth affair here for most of the game, but Raps owned the fourth quarter to ultimately claim the win, 126-113. T-Dot shot 56% from the floor and made 12 three-pointers, resulting in their 6th win in 7 games. Scotty Barnes led the way for the Raps, tallying a near triple-double of 28 points, 8 rebounds, 8 assists, 10 rebounds, 8 assists to go along with 5 big blocks. Emmanuel quickly added 25 markers, including 5 triples. Donovan Mitchell had a game-high 31 points for Cleveland in a losing effort. The Raptors now have 7 wins and 5 losses, while the Cavs are at 8-5.
Here at home in the PBA, the Magnolia Hotshots bounce back in the Philippine Cup with a decisive win over the Blackwater Bossing. Magnolia actually came back from as many as 12 points down to take the match 90-75. The Hotshots turned the game around in the third quarter. They were already up by 9 entering the fourth. Rafi Verano posted 12 points in 12 minutes during Magnolia's decisive second half rally. Javi Gomez Diliano top scored for the Hotshots with 17 markers. The Hotshots now have 5 wins and 2 losses to stay on track for a top 4 finish in the elimination round. The lowly Bossing suffer their 6th loss in a row with only 1 win so far this conference.
I have to give credit to my coaching staff and my players for not really, for trusting what we did today. But again, just like katulad nga na sinabi mo, we cannot really start like this all the time. Hindi kami pwede yung parati kami naghahabol. Siguro I'd rather na kami yung hinahabol kaysa kami naghahabol. So hopefully, I think katulad ng sinabi ko kanina, I really challenge my starting 5. If you think about it, my starting 5 is composed of 5 young players. I know they're very talented. They're capable of really winning games for us. But the important thing is really for them to play together, to play together from the start and set the tone for us. Yun ang nagiging problem namin. But I think we're gonna use this break to clean that up. And hopefully when we get back, we don't have a choice because we're playing back-to-back games.
Meantime, currently it's a fierce battle between Barangay Ginebra and the Converge Fiber Xers in the second game of a Friday PBA doubleheader. Fiber Xers got off to a strong start behind the hot shooting of Juan Gomez de Liano, but Stephen Hope and the Gin Kings went on a mini run to trim the deficit to just 2 points to end the first quarter. Come the second, Converge to control again, but Ginebra answered back behind triples from Hope and Jeremiah Gray. Converge was still up at the half, 54-49. Currently now, third quarter just began. Converge still up, 56-49. Ginebra looking to string together its first win streak of the season after finally picking up its second win against NLEX almost 2 weeks ago. Converge is eyeing its fifth victory to keep pace with the top teams in the conference.
The PBA Philippine Cup continues over the weekend with 3 games on tap. The league will head to Cagayan de Oro on Saturday for a powerhouse matchup between the Rain or Shine Elasto Painters and the TNT Tropang 5G. This game will take place at 7:30 p.m. at the Aquilino Pimentel Jr. International Convention Center. Then on Sunday, it's back to Metro Manila for a doubleheader at the UST Quadricentennial Pavilion. The NLEX Road Warriors will take on the Titan Ultra Giant Risers at 5:15 p.m. Then the Phoenix Fuel Masters and Barangay Ginebra San Miguel will face off at 7:30 in the evening. Of course, all games will also be available on PBA Rush, RPTV, and the Pilipinas Live app. Coming up, this one's for you, Gilas fans. After weeks of speculation, we finally have an update on Justin Brownlee as the national team prepares for the FIBA
And we're back. Thank you for joining us here on Play-by-Play only on One News. Gilas Filipinas fans can now breathe a sigh of relief. Justin Brownlee will play for the team in the first window of the FIBA World Cup Asian qualifiers. Relax lang, sabi ni Justin Brownlee. This was confirmed by Samahang Basketball ng Pilipinas Executive Director Erica D on the starting lineup. Brownlee arrived in the Philippines earlier today. D says Brownlee will take part in the national team's training camp. This ends weeks of uncertainty on JB's availability, which stemmed from him not showing up for the Morocco Bolts in the ongoing East Asia Super League or EASL. Earlier reports said Brownlee was dealing with pneumonia. Gilas will play Guam twice in the first window, with the first match taking place on November 28th in Guam. Both teams will play each other again 3 days later, but this time it will be at the newly renovated Ateneo Blue Eagle Gym.
The SVP has been in contact with him, and if I'm not mistaken, he's already on his way back home to the Philippines now.
Yes. You heard the yes first. We got it.
I got confirmation earlier that he checked in and he rode the plane, so we expect him here by the weekend. So he will be playing with us this window.
The SBP hopes to bring in a younger crowd when Gilas Filipinas hosts Guam at the Ateneo Blue Eagle Gym in Quezon City this December. SBP Executive Director Erica D. also shared on Starting Lineup that this was one of the factors in choosing an alternative venue. The Federation wanted to attract students not just from Ateneo, but from nearby schools too, like the University of the Philippines. After all, former Fighting Maroon Quentin Miliora Brown is expected to make his Gilas debut. The SBP also chose this venue as an alternative since the usual venues, the Smart Araneta Coliseum and the Mall of Asia Arena, were not available. The Blue Eagle Gym hosted a few UAAP basketball games this season 88. D, who studied in Ateneo, says the gym fits international standards, with a FIBA rep coming in to personally inspect the venue.
I think obvious naman, no? Tenista ako. Joke lang.
I knew it. Yes! I knew it.
That's a joke, of
Okay.
course. There's two main venues in Metro Manila that we always use for FIBA events, Mall of Asia Arena and Araneta. And we would always want to alternate these two because one serves the people in the south, the other one more of the north. An alternative that was also in the vicinity, and that was the Blue Eagle Gym. No? And we all know that it has been newly renovated. And in fact, just last month, we had someone from FIBA come over to inspect the venue and make sure it's fit for a qualifier game. They were very impressed. That was one of the plus factors that came to mind when we were considering the venue, was bringing a younger crowd in, and having it inside the campus obviously will bring that naturally.
Speaking of the UAAP, we're now in the home stretch of the Season 88 men's and women's basketball tournaments.
8 action-packed games that will surely affect seeding are set to take place at the Big Dome, the Smart Araneta Coliseum, this weekend. Take a look at your screens right now. Let's start with the Saturday games, as the defending women's champs, the NU Lady Bulldogs and the UE Lady Warriors, will open things up at 11:30 in the morning. Then their men's teams hit the floor at 1:30 in the afternoon as NU guns for a twice-to-beat incentive, while UE is just looking for one win. Then at 4:30 p.m., the USC Growling Tigers take on the Ateneo Blue Eagles in a crucial game for both teams' Final Four hopes. Their women's teams will close out the game day at 7 p.m. as the undefeated USC Growling Tigresses look for their 12th win in a row.
On Sunday, the De La Salle Lady Archers will face off with the FEU Lady Tamaraws at 12 noon. Their men's team will follow suit at 2 p.m. as both La Salle and FEU try to improve their standing in the race to the Final Four. The defending men's champs, the UP Fighting Maroons, will then face the Adamson Soaring Falcons at 4:30 p.m. in another crucial matchup in the semifinal race. And lastly, UP and Adamson's women's teams will close out the weekend with their 7 p.m. game. You can catch all the action live on One Sports, the UAAP Varsity channel, and the Pilipinas Live app.
The USC Golden Tigresses will play without their head coach this weekend. Heidi Ong has been handed a one-game suspension after getting her second technical foul in UAAP Season 88. The foul took place during USC's game against the UE Lady Warriors last Wednesday. Ong was called for a tech due to continuous complaining about a call. The commissioner's office stated that her conduct, quote, exceeded acceptable boundaries, end quote. Ong's first technical foul came last October 12 when USC faced Ateneo in the first round. Again, the undefeated Golden Tigresses will try to get their 12th straight win when they face the Blue Eagles tomorrow. Coming up here on the show, the East Asia Super League is pitching in to help Cebu recover from Typhoon Tino. And we'll tell you more about a special charity game featuring the Meralco Bolts and the Macau Black Bears. That and more when play-by-play returns only here on One News.
You're watching Play-by-Play on One News. Welcome back. The 2025 PVL Reinforced Conference will head back to the Inares Center in Montalban for another triple header tomorrow. At 1:30 p.m., the Farm Fresh Foxies will take on the winless Galleries Tower High-Risers. Then at 4 p.m., it's a crucial showdown between the PLDT High-Speed Hitters and the Cherry Tigo Crossovers. Finally, at 6:30 p.m., it's the Petrogas Angels versus the Capital One Solar Spikers. Must-win game here for both teams as they fight for a quarterfinal berth. You can catch all the games live on One Sports, One Sports Plus, and on the Pilipinas Live app.
Bakit? Baka natagal lang tayo, di ba? Punta tayo sa highlights. Friday na, check. Dapat masaya na tayo. NBA lineup again. Tonight's highlight reel. Let's roll it right away. Raptors, Cavaliers. Let's go. Tatok tayo ulit. Ayan, yan. Makita natin ulit mamaya. Ito na yung slow-mo. Let's go back to the actual play in just a bit. But of course, here it is. Barrett finding Scotty Barnes, got away there. A little bit of shove. May kasama ng overreaction in defender, but Barnes, a little nudge, and then behind the back with a slam there. Fantastic ball game all around for Scotty Barnes. 28 points, 10 boards, 8 assists, 5 blocks to lead the Raptors. Next, same game, but this time let's go to the Cavs side. Spider, he's back after sitting out the last game. The spin. Ooh, back. Behind his back. Oh, sa likod ng ulo niya, no? Take a look. Spin, draws the defenders, and then boom. Drawing Mamu there on the defense. He was actually the defender of Jarrett Allen. Slicing through the middle is Donovan Mitchell, and then Jarrett Allen. One-hander is good there. Mitchell carrying the Cavs literally on his back as he tallied 31 points in this one. 6 rebounds, 6 assists. But Cleveland bows to Toronto here, 126 to 113. From there, let's go to the Pacers against the Suns. How about Dillon Brooks driving, getting the foul on Shepherd. Take a look at this. Falling down, difficult shot, losing his balance. Woo, Dylan the villain. Difficult, but so far, great season for Brooks in his first season with the Suns after he was part of that KD trade that sent Kevin Durant to the Houston Rockets, Jalen Green, Dylan Brooks to Phoenix. Brooks, stellar season so far. Great game for him too. Unstoppable in this one as he scored season high 32 points for Dylan Brooks. Okay, next same game. This time, let's go to the defensive end. Nick Richards, anchor on defense. Woo, denied. What a block on Neesmith. Meaning up top there at the peak of their jumps. Nick Richards. Nope, you cannot enter. Sabi ni Nick Richards, former Charlotte big man. Richards chipping in 4 points of rebound and that block right there. Suns crush the Pacers 133-98. Phoenix, hottest team in the NBA right now. 5 straight wins, 8-5 for the season. And finally, let's go to the Hawks against the Jazz. Career night for Jalen Johnson. Keontae, George losing the ball there. Then Jalen Johnson over to Zachary Ricochet. The foul, the slam, defense, offense. George gets stripped by Jalen Johnson. Ahead to Ricochet. Gets hit in the head by Nurkic. Johnson, by the way, tallying all career highs, 31 points. 18 boards, 14 assists. Big numbers from Jalen Johnson. 7 steals. Fantasy. Kung player mo siya sa fantasy team mo, congratulations. What a game for him. Ricochet added 11 markers. Hawks silenced the Jazz in Utah. 132-122. Check back to you. Happy weekend, guys.
And before we go, the East Asia Super League is stepping up to help communities in Cebu hit hard by Typhoon Tino. The EASL announced that it will hold its first ever charity basketball game for disaster relief set for tomorrow at the Cebu Coliseum. The Meralco Bolts will take on the Macau Black Bears with proceeds going to families still recovering from the widespread flooding and damage caused by Tino. Justin Brownlee will not play for Meralco yet, even if he is already in the country. The EASL says this game is part of its commitment to support local communities in times of crisis. The Bolts have also committed to donating 500,000 pesos for those affected by the typhoon. Meralco enters the game holding a 1-2 record in Group B of the 2025-26 EASL season. The Bolts are coming off a strong 85-76 victory over the Taoyuan Paoyan Pilots last November 8.
So we've been talking about it, a lot of things happening for a great cause. Right now, currently as we speak, I believe hanggang 9 o'clock lang yun. Yung tulong mga kapatid, Mine for a Cause. So you can still log on to the Facebook page of TV5. Kung gusto niyo po mag-mine yung Junmar Fajardo trophy nga. First MVP trophy check, 75,000 pesos. Minimum bid was 50K and then it went up to 75 by Boss Toyo. Dami pa, sobrang daming items. A lot of shoes for those sports fans watching. Ang daming pwede nyong i-mine doon. And again, you will get to help. So this is also good. EASL also stepping up.
Everyone's stepping up. This is the wonderful thing about, being in the Filipino community na alam natin magtutulungan talaga tayo.
Yes. Talagang coming together for a cause. And alam naman natin mga Pilipino, very resilient. And for those watching, just stay safe, stay healthy. And that's all from us tonight and the whole week, mga kapatid. But catch us again on Monday, 8:30 p.m. for a play-by-play. Today's top sports stories.
Play-by-play is on One News, that's Signal TV, Channel 8 on SD, and Channel 250 on HD. We are also available on Signal Play and Pilipinas Live.
I'm Andre Felix.
And I'm Chascaleton Calao. Thank you for watching, mga kapatid. Happy weekend! Good night.